I think the escalation is mainly because the government has not heeded to the four major demands of the protesters, and throughout the whole protest, there are various points that they have tried to escalate the protest to try to achieve the goals, but then every time there is sort of a collective restraint to hold people back. So I think the protesters consider the July 1st as the very last moment where there is a strong public opinion backing where they could escalate the whole protest. I think it's a very symbolic action that a lot of young protesters in Hong Kong, they have very low institutional trust on the entire system. They don't trust the police, they don't trust the executive branch, and now they don't even trust the legislative branch, which is the Legislative Council, a place that is supposed to represent the people. Protesters thought that the legislature is just another rubber stamp, even though they are democratically elected members, but the voices of them are very weak and very constrained. So you can see that young protesters, they have this very low confidence on the institution.
Totally unacceptable in a civilized society like Hong Kong.
We don't condone violence, but we hope everyone, not just in Hong Kong, but in the whole wide world, will try to understand the Hong Kong young, the desperation exhibited behind the so-called the violent acts.
This kind of escalation will probably come to an end, at least in the next few weeks, because there is a shock of how people got in and came out, and then people probably have learned that such kind of escalation is not really useful from the perspective of achieving the demands, but it just create a backlash from the more conservative segment of the population and from the government. So I think escalation will just kind of die down for a moment, but I think the protests will still continue to go on.